Hi, I'm Dan McCabe with Avalon Integration, and today I'd like to show you one of the least expensive, easiest to implement ways to drive serious productivity gains at any factory or distribution center. Very often we get contacted by clients who tell us that they have bottlenecks in their receiving process, and they're looking for us to provide solutions. The first question we tend to ask is, what IT support do they have to implement new technologies or to make changes to their host system to streamline the process? And the most typical answer we get is that they have absolutely no IT capability or resource available for the project. So clearly what we're looking for is an IT-friendly, meaning we don't need IT, mechanism to drive those sorts of productivity gains. By far, the easiest approach is to implement a cart such as this one. If you think about what goes on in a typical receiving operation, people have to stack materials like with like, then they have to find the packing slip, put it on a clipboard, go to each item, count it, write down the totals on the clipboard, then walk back to the receiving PC where there's oftentimes a line of people waiting to use it and a bunch of chit-chatting happening. Then they're going to hand type all that information into the host system and print out labels. Then they're going to bring the labels back to the inventory and match up the label with the box, which can be time-consuming, tedious, and difficult and error-prone. The end result is that receiving can take a really, really long period of time. With this sort of cart, though, we can really streamline things. And the general idea is to move the PC to the work instead of the work to the PC. So stage one is to take a laptop like one you already own, put it on top of the cart. Stage two is to take a keyboard that you already own, put it on the keyboard tray. Stage three is to take the barcode printer that you already own, which, by the way, this has a nice little tray here in case you were wondering how you would change the labels, and put that on the cart. Both the laptop and the printer are powered by the rechargeable batteries down at the bottom. Now the idea is, instead of walking around and writing things on my clipboard and going back to a shared workstation, I take my PC with me. And when I get to the materials, first I might scan the purchase order number off of the packing slip, and then I might scan each of the cases that have come in. That's going to go into my host system, do the receipt, print a label, again, on that same printer that I already own. Then I immediately take the label off, stick it on the goods. I can't really screw it up because I've never really moved, and then I move on to the next item. So what we've seen is that people can drive 20, 30, or even 40% productivity improvements without investing in any complicated IT technologies or programming changes. All we really needed to do was put a PC on a cart. So what we talked about earlier was taking the PC that I already own, the keyboard that I already own, and the printer that I already own, and just sticking them on this cart. So that's very, very easy. The way that we can improve upon this is by putting a mountable arm up here, and in this case, we can then get rid of the PC and potentially put a rugged tablet. So now nothing has really changed from a software perspective, but we get all of this writing space or room for supplies and equipment, or if I have to open small bags and count them, I have a tray here that I can do that on. This is, of course, a completely optional step. So I've never really been a car salesman, but I always wanted to try it for a day. Let me show you some of the features of this cart that you might not have thought of if I didn't show them to you. So the first thing we talked about was the slide-out tray, so that makes it very easy to change the labels on the printer. The other thing that people really seem to like, especially the people that are responsible for site safety, is that the device has really, really rugged casters and they're lockable. So if you're worried about this rolling potentially into the path of a forklift, there's a solution for that. And of course the batteries, you can actually plug this device right into the wall and charge the batteries right from here. Or if you have a really, really high volume use case where there's never really time to plug it in, these batteries are removable and chargeable in an external charger. So the folks at Newcastle have been doing this for a really long time and have thousands and thousands of carts deployed, both in hospitals, retail environments, and in the industrial space. This might not be the exact right cart for you, but I'm almost positive they've got one that probably is. We here at Avalon help our clients solve these problems all day long, every day, and we'd love to be of service to you. Please give us a call.